It's Madden NFL 24 on EA Sports. And coming up next, it's a cross-conference showdown. It's the Miami Dolphins and the Philadelphia Eagles. All that and more coming up next.
It's the NFL on EA Sports as you take a look there at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. Straight ahead, we've got a pretty good one on tap here, as it'll be the Miami Dolphins taking on the Philadelphia Eagles. Jason Sanders now to get this one started, and off we go from Lincoln Financial Field. This taken in at the goal line and tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. Philly's offense getting ready, and Jalen Hurts ready to lead them. The second-round pick who started his career at Alabama, then finished with an electric senior season at Oklahoma.
Tremendous production in college at 2 different universities, and this is a guy who was a finalist for a Heisman Trophy. Still much more of a runner than a thrower.
It's Madden NFL 24, and we'll get to see a battle for conference superiority. It's the Miami Dolphins and the Philadelphia Eagles, and it comes your way next.
Just north of the Delaware Expressway and east of Broad Street, we find ourselves at Lincoln Financial Field in South Philly. Coming up, we got a good matchup on tap here, as it'll be the Miami Dolphins taking on the Philadelphia Eagles. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Before kickoff, Charles, quickly your keys to the game.
Well, partner, I could give you the standard ones, turnovers, special teams play. But here's one that doesn't get talked about much anymore, and that's time of possession. Whoever controls the football, gives their defense a break, and takes care of business, that's the team that's going to win this ball game.
Here's the kicker, Jake Elliott, ready to get this one started. And off we go from Lincoln Financial Field. Tyreek Hill set to return it. And he doesn't even get this to the 10. He's taken down at the 9. Now we'll get a stoppage here as it appears we've got an Eagle slow to get up. Well, hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. They'll run here with Raheem Mostert. And just not much to be had there. 1 yard out to the 10.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
From the gun, it's Tua. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
The touch and timing are critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
Throwing is Tagovailoa on third down here. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
That's the first third down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key third down throws.
And the punter Bailey on now as he sends this one away. 39-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the Eagles will have great starting field position here as they take over. So now you've got their offense coming out for the first time with great initial field position. They'll be led out by a Heisman runner-up during his college days. It's the versatile Jalen Hurts.
We're seeing it more and more in this league, how teams love to have athletes back there taking the snaps, guys who can throw it and move around and get yardage with their legs if needed. He's one of the best examples that we see out there right now. He can throw for hundreds of yards one week and then run for 100-plus the next. He adds an extra dimension that really confounds defenses when he puts it all together. Well, that kind of hit will certainly fire up your team both on the field and on the sideline. Tackles for lost yardage, they're always welcome.
Hurts sets up to throw it. Devontae Parker. And down to the 27-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. Now a 2nd and 10. Here's Hurts to throw. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. So after that sack, Hurts and the Eagles, tough spot here. 3rd and long. He'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete. The Dolphins do the job defensively there, and now it brings up 4th.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test them early. But they proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
And his kick is good. Didn't hit it all that well, but he got enough on it to put it through. And the Eagles, they take a 3-0 lead. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
So Miami coming out for their second drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Just the first quarter, but tackling going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground, you can always tell that they were concerned about it going in. Because I can just tell you from my days, I remember being in college and worrying all off-season about our season open opponent, and they had a receiver that could shake and bake with the best of them. I tackled him on the first pass of the game, and the relief was incredible. Ended up having a pretty decent ball game. But if I'd missed him, it would have been a different story all night.
And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. He wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
From midfield, here's Tua. They're unable to connect, but a late flag comes in. And the contact may have come too early. So the contact came before the ball got there, and the flag is thrown.
Timing is everything, isn't it? And these great receivers, they have such great body control, and they can fake you out. In this case, as you described, you got there before the ball got to the receiver. Penalty flag had to come out.
No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Three 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. It's Dolphins football here as we begin the second quarter, as they've got it with a 2nd and 10. Once again, it's Mostert. And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7.
Well, there's an example of patience being rewarded. Ran the ball on first down and got stuffed. Most people would scream, throw the ball here. In this situation, they stayed with their roots, stayed with running the football, and they got rewarded.
Tagovailoa going to try and throw on 3rd down. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived. And I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Tagovailoa going for it on 4th down. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will have a Dolphins 1st down, it would appear. And yes, the chain gang going to move the sticks. They take a risk on 4th and 4, but they get it by a full yard.
Go ahead.
Back to the running game with Mostert. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
Hey, when you get good yardage like that on 1st down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
On 2nd down, Tua. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
And he's only hit on 2 of his first 6 passes. Time for a quick quarterback regroup here with a big 3rd down coming up.
They'll break the huddle and come up on the 9th play of this drive, needing 5 yards on 3rd down. Tua sets up to pass it. And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on third down, forcing the air pass. Fourth down coming up. Problems on third down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on third down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the third down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on first and second down.
Maybe a little fortunate there. That was leaking a little, maybe leaking a lot, but he got it.
Yeah, he actually was able to make it work. How about the body language, though, right? As he watched that ball leak to the right, trying to bring it back in, and had just enough to get it done.
Field goals all we've had so far. 3-3 now as the kick is away. And he returns this to the 22. So back onto the field, here come the Eagles for their second drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Here's a 2nd and 5. Hurts. This short throw caught by Goddard. And Goddard going to have an Eagles first down as he'll get this out past the 35-yard line. That one goes for 8 yards. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Throwing is Hurts. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. They'll look to throw again. Eluding the pressure right. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. First down now, but the clock continues to move. They'll set up to throw. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. No gain on the play there. It'll be 2nd down. They couldn't get anything going there out on the right side of the flat of the swing pass.
And didn't we have a discussion with their staff about wanting to get the backs more involved in the passing game? Huge emphasis for this game, but obviously the defense had other plans and really made a nice play.
It's Barkley once again bringing in the catch. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. On first down, Hurts. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45. So that changes things. You get the interception, and then to boot, a good return tacked on.
And really it was down to him versus the quarterback on the return, and that's one you would think the defender would win. But a nice job there of seeing the play all the way to the end and making the tackle by the QB.
The Dolphins taking over now late in this first half. And now they start in plus territory following that turnover as they'll try to get some points here before halftime. After the turnover, it's Tua. And he fires one incomplete.
That was nice work there defensively to force incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
Here's Tua. Open man downfield is Waddle. He's got it. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Jalen Waddle, 43 yards. And the Dolphins will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half.
Yeah, great job to put themselves in front. And now, see on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the final moments of this second quarter. Jason Sanders now for the extra point. And it is up. And it's good. That'll make our score 10-3 now.
Jason Sanders to kick off for Miami.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25.
The Eagles offense going to take over late in this first half. With this slim deficit closing in on the end of the first half, we'll see if they can move this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 out of this drive.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half.
At the 32-yard line.
Second down, here's Jalen Hurts. Open man, that's Devontae Smith.
The Eagles will take their third and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll look to throw here.
This one goes out wide for Barkley.
And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. So the completion good for 6 yards, and it'll be second down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play.
And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Bradley Chubb doing what he does best, getting that sack. So we've reached halftime here, and it's the visiting Dolphins taking a lead to the locker room. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome, everyone, to our brand new studios here in downtown Orlando in the EA Sports Halftime Report. This has certainly been a fun one to watch so far. We knew this was going to be a battle, and we have not been disappointed. This is the kind of game that could wind up hinging on which side can play mistake-free football the rest of the way. Both these teams making their final halftime adjustments. We're just about ready to get back to football. So for the call of the second half, we get back up to Philadelphia and Brandon Gott.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
Jason Sanders to kick off for Miami.
It's the Eagles ready to see the football first, and they trail here as we resume action in this third quarter.
Taking it about the 1. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
Out come the Eagles now as he'll go on offense first here in the third quarter.
Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well, and they've kept them around in this game. Now, they got some time, The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
Second down, here's Hurts. Throw right side, caught by Goddard, the tight end. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Philadelphia.
First and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw.
And he short arms that one just a bit. It's low and incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. On second down, here's Barkley.
And he'll work this one up to about the 38.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
That was a really nice run there to bring up 3rd and short. After the incompletion on first down, it's awfully nice to have a running back that you can hand it to and put you back in a good situation.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 42.
Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. Looking for A.J. Brown again, and he's got it again.
And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
As he came to the line of scrimmage, he knew he didn't need much to reset the chain, so when he saw the space he needed, no hesitation. He went to the marker and got his guys a first down.
Throw left side complete. That's Parker. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
On 3rd and goal, they're going to run the option. And holding it may be the wrong decision as he stopped in the backfield. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? Here's Hurts to throw. Pushes him over. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Jalen Hurts, a 10-yard touchdown run. And the Eagles are an extra point. Tying this ball game here, the final moments of the 3rd quarter.
If you're going to play quarterback in the NFL, you've got to have great vision, and you've got to remain calm when things break down in the pocket. Both of those traits were on display there. He surveys the situation, sees the middle of the field open, so he's just going to step up and take it himself. Very well done there.
On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. And he'll put it through, and that evens us up at 10 apiece. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive, and it was finished off with a 10-yard touchdown scamper. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This fielded right right at the goal line.
And he will be taken down here on the return on what will wind up being the final play of this third quarter. 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. Knotted up here at 10. That's our score as we begin quarter number 4. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this fourth quarter to try to grab that lead back. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They'll stay on the ground with Mostert.
Up past the 25 to the 26, a gain of 5.
Well, so far, this game has gone the way the defensive coordinator had hoped. They've dictated things. They've not let them run the ball very well at all. They gave up a nice game there. I doubt it'll back up their confidence. They've played so well throughout this entire game.
Throwing now is Tagovailoa. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by James Bradbury. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line.
Well, we say it often, Charles, but not all interceptions are created equally, and that is a big one here in a tie ball game in the fourth quarter.
And, Brandon, when games are this close, it usually comes down to the team making the fewest mistakes, and that was one of our mantras back at Tennessee. Coach Midge used to say all the time, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. You've got to cut those down to give yourself an opportunity.
They'll throw on first down with Hurts.
And his throw here is incomplete.
Even in today's NFL, when we think of the tight end position now as really a glorified wide receiver, we're still asking a lot of those guys. They have to block as well, and every now and then, they don't come down with the football.
Hurts sets up to throw it. Now throw right side here, going to be incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after the last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on third down to get their momentum going again.
And they'll get him down 2 yards shy after a pickup of 8. 4th and 2.
That was a good effort there trying to do it on his own, but as a defender, you're in a tough spot because you have coverage responsibilities behind you, and if you take off too quick to try and get him down, he might loft it over your head.
So better to track with your man defensively than try to go up and make a stop on the quarterback.
Exactly right. What you're hoping is that your guys in the front 7 can get him down.
The kick by Elliott is good, and they will take the lead at 13-10.
So he waited on the sideline for his first chance in the ball game, and it didn't come until the fourth quarter, but he connects there. A big one to give him the lead.
Boy, you talk about coming in cold. I don't care how many times you kick it into a net. You're not really ready when you go out there and all that beef is coming at you trying to block the kick. Big spot, and he delivers.
So Tua and the Dolphins
down 13-10, 2:06 to play. They'll have 1 play, maybe 2, before the 2-minute warning as they've got a first down.
Go ahead.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the...
Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. It's Nakobe Dean with a pick.
And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line.
A first down carry for Barkley.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
Now an option play on second down. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Jalen Hurts with his second touchdown of the night. And the Eagles get an important score there to extend their lead here this fourth quarter. Well, Charles, he's already proven that he's not afraid to tuck that football down on the option, and he's into the end zone for the second time in the game.
And that's exactly what you need from your quarterback. The ability to run the ball fearlessly. And in fact, many quarterbacks will tell you running the football doesn't scare them. Standing in the pocket and taking blindside hits, that's what terrifies them.
Elliott now to add the extra point. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. They had the short field, and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Hill going to sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. Out comes the Dolphin offense now as they get set to take over here. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, 2-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back, and then score again. But they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly. Then they'll take it from there.
Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. Tua. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Give him big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
Now Tua. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Reed Blankenship. And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line. Well, there's a time and a place for everything. Down 2 scores late in the fourth. I get it. Now is the time to throw it downfield, but that one might just write an end to this ball game.
Yeah, I hear all the time how critical I am of play calls. Not in this situation. No other choice, really. Look at the clock. Look at the scoreboard. Had to press it and take a chance.
Eagles set and ready for their next offensive drive. And checking the timeouts, they do have 2 defensively, but no real need to use them as they're not going to be able to stop the clock after that. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And that should do it. He's got a first down. And the Eagles, they can run it out from here. Well, that second half, Charles, a little bit different from the first. Not only did we have the lead change after intermission, but they were able to pitch the shutout in the second half and get an impressive victory.
And what's the old expression? That's not quite how I saw it playing out in my head. You know they didn't expect this at all. As you mentioned, went into the half with the lead. Losing the game is one thing. Getting shut out in the second half, that's a surprise.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL.